the like button, please. That's what helps the channel the most. All right? Appreciate y'all. Damn. All right. Let me see. I call my mom to see what question I should use. All right. Let's do this one. I think we had this conversation before, in terms of like how this dating and marriage and all this stuff works. What's people's responsibilities in it. So let me ask this question. Should women be competing for the man they want? Should women be competing for the man they want? Looney, you want to pop it off? You on mute. You on mute.
Hold on. Okay, yes, but just a clarifying question. You're saying like compete with other women, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think 100% they should be competing for the men that they want because in the Black community, it's 88 men to every 100 women, meaning that there's more women than men, meaning that it's a lot more women competing for that same man. And a lot of the Black women in our community want the same type of man, the same type of archetype of a man. So with that being said, if it's more people in the dating pool, you're going to have to swim faster than a lot of them.
Okay. Anybody agree? Anybody disagree?
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I mean, in a way, I think we're already competing because, people, most women get dressed up, even though they say it for themselves, but it's not, because you want to be chosen, by whoever man that you're interested in. So I think that a lot of the times we're already in competition with each other, even though women say that they're not, but they are. So I think we're already competing. I think they need to, just keep competing as usual. So
I agree. Does anybody disagree with Gway or Luna about competing for a man? Is there any difference of opinions?
No, I agree, but I just wanted to add that I think it should not stop with dating. Like once you're in a relationship, you should still kind of feel like competition because it's women out here, okay?
Yes.
Who do not care. So just realistically, I think you should always kind of be or have some sort of competition in your head, but more so when you're dating, yes.
I agree.
Good point.
I agree because even as a married woman, I've been married for a while now, but I'll just say this. It seems like women admire or tend to flirt with my husband even more since we have been married. Like, it's like when they see a ring on a man's finger, it just, I don't know, it attracts them more.
Why do you think that is, T?
I think it has something to do with, they probably have this perception like, oh, he must be a good guy. He's married. He's taking care of his family and things of that sort. So I think that is what attracts women. He's maybe a good guy, responsible.
Is he handsome?
Handsome, of course.
Is he very handsome?
Huh?
Is he very handsome?
Well, to me, I think he looks amazing.
Well, he probably is, right? So that's the main reason,
Yeah. So, I think people just, see certain things like ring and things of that sort. Overall good guy, and they are attracted to that.
Women want what they don't have.
Exactly.
But that's pretty much human nature. Everybody wants what they don't have. But I would also like to add, although I feel like women should be competing with each other for the man that they want, I think that a lot of women in today's society are only competing with each other. Not for a man, but just competing with each other as far as makeup, wigs, lashes, the clothing trends. These are not things that men like, so that leaves us just competing with each other, if that makes sense.
But what's the alternate reason then? Why? What is the reason? If it's not for a man?
To keep up with other women. This is why women are doing these things. Because if they see majority of the women are wearing wigs and wearing makeup, they automatically assume this is what a man likes because every woman is doing this, but nobody thinks to ask the man. So they're just competing with each other.
So do you think it's more competing for the man, or just competing to be competing then?
I think
it's
they're more
competing for the
competing
man.
with each other just to be competing with each other, not competing for a man, to get a man to pick them.
But I also think they're
Would it be fair to say
confusing.
that they're competing for the attention?
For attention of the man.
No, not competing for the attention of the man because
Not
a
the man, just attention, period.
as I stated, the things that they're doing, the makeup, the hair, the lashes, the man doesn't desire that at all. So they're competing for the attention of a woman. Ooh, girl, your hair looks so good. Your makeup look good. Your lashes on point. Men don't ever say nothing like that.
No, they don't. But also, you know, I've been in the beauty industry for a long time, so it's just, you know, it's just something that I love to do. So I don't know if that was a dig at me or what.
I didn't even think you was wearing
I'm
makeup.
just
Definitely not a
saying,
dig.
I like to put my little
Yeah,
makeup
really.
hair and stuff like that. But what's great about that is that my husband, he has no problem with it. I was doing it before, like before he knew that that's what I was involved in. When he met me, when he asked me out, I was in cosmetology school, so he knew I was into that kind of stuff.
I for sure, I want to clarify, I was not digging at you. I did not even realize you had on makeup
It's
like that at
cool.
all.
I just had to give you a little pushback, girl.
Does anybody else want to add anything to this questions? It seems like we're kind of all.
No, I was also going to say, I think that a lot of them too are confusing men wanting to sleep with you with they like you also, you know, because I think that
agree.
because the men are sleeping with them and they can get these high class men or men with money to sleep with them, they confuse that with actually that man wanting them for relationship or marriage, which is not the same thing. So they're also confusing the two things too with wearing, you know, the makeup, because some men like that, they find that attractive. So those men will sleep with them. And then some of the men who actually want to settle down with them don't like that stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
I do have something to say actually about this question. So should women be competing for the man they want? I was that woman that did that. But I don't feel like you should have to. I honestly feel like you should be able to just be yourself, and you have your own set of standards, and he has his own set of standards, and hopefully they align with the person that you want. Like, why did it have to be a competition to get that person? Yeah,
So Nay, so part of that, Nay, when you were competing for the man, did you feel that you won or you lost when you actually got that man?
I would say it was a loss because it was a competition for way too many years. But it was, yeah, I did lose. I did.
And what did your competition look like?
It was.
If it's not too personal.
Well, the last competition was me and a white woman. Just gotta say that. But yeah, that was a competition. Like he and I had more in common, but you know, he chose what he chose in the end.
Her.
And then it was okay, now I'm going to choose you again. And it was like, yeah, no, because I don't want to be in competition with anybody.
So is competition worth it then if he can choose the other choice? So is competition always good if he can choose the other?
Yes.
Well, you're in a competition whether you think you are or not.
Go ahead. I didn't hear you, Miss Jenny. Say it again.
I said you're in a competition whether you think you are or not. You are inherently so, based off of just the way that the earth is. Everything that there's only a finite number of human beings, and so I think it was T who said it. You know, it's a matter of 80 to 100, and so you might just be. Oh, the Luna said that you know you might just be existing and thinking that. You know, I'm just here and whatever man comes by. But at the end of the day, only a certain number of women will be chosen and you kind of have to be in it to win it. And so, you know, if you're not acting and you're not moving in a certain way that is acknowledging that you're gonna get passed over. And so
Miss Jenny, real quick, you're married, right? Miss Jenny, you're married? What did your competition look like for your husband when you competed for your husband?
Well, I would say that when I was competing for my husband, he initially really liked the fact that I came across as very genuine, and not just in character, but in the way that I presented myself. So like we were talking earlier about, the hair and the lashes, and women do that for other women. They don't necessarily do that for men. And so, yeah, I think what Nay was kind of talking about kind of goes with this, where it's like, a lot of women, they'll do certain things to oppress men, like they might wear the expensive hair or get their nails done or whatever. But it all depends on the kind of man that you want, because I would have not been able to attract my husband had I worn those things. He liked the fact that I don't wear makeup and that I wear my hair naturally, and that I'm just very low maintenance when it comes to my grooming.
He wanted you for you. He wanted you for exactly how you came. He wanted you for you. No?
Right. Let me just say this. My husband met me without makeup, by the way, but go ahead.
Thank you.
Anyways, T.
So real quick, I have a question real quick from Miss J. I want to get you in here. Miss J, I'm sorry, you Miss J or Japrice? What do you prefer?
J. Miss J.
Okay, Miss J. So you're married, correct? Were you in competition with other ladies when with your husband? Can we go on mute if you're not talking? Because there's some feedback. I'm not sure who it is. Wait, can you go on mute? I'm gonna go on mute as well.
Yes, I'm sure my husband was talking to other women when we were courting each other. How they look.
How did it look when you were? No, how did it look? Like, how did your process of competition and competing with these other women look? Like, how did you compete with them?
Well, it wasn't like something that I physically saw. It's more so like, okay, I know that he's more than likely talking to other women, because we made the best person win. I'm quite sure he was doing his own thing. But I just was being my best self, and I guess like not being my best, but being myself. I don't know. I don't think it's something that we physically see. It's something that, we just know, okay, of course, if he's not with me, of course he's doing something, or he's answering his phone or something like that. But
when we say competing, what is that? I'm asking, what does that look like? Does that mean you put a little extra perfume on that he likes, or you cook him a special meal? Like, what does it look like to where you're putting your best foot forward? Like, what did that look like for you? I'm asking the married woman on purpose. I want to know.
Right. Oh, okay. So it's pretty much showing him that I can add value to his life. That I can, be that I'm the best choice for him. I won't do this and that. The cons, but I can. All the pros that I can add to his life. That's basically,
What were some of those pros? And if you don't want to answer, you don't have to. What are some of the pros that you showed him that you can add to the value to his life?
So the first one was the background that I came from. Like, I was raised with my mother and father, and the way that my father and my mom raised me, he immediately saw those qualities because he came, to my home. He met my father. He met my mom. Immediately, my father wanted to speak to him, and just he saw, okay, she's coming from a structured home. Her father, is expecting me to do this. So I was 24 when I got married. I'm 30 now. So when it was time for him to come, to pick me up for us to go on a date, I still lived at home. He had to come and greet my father. So it was just the standards that my family had for him. Yeah.
Understood. Thank you. Thank you for that. Does anybody else want to add anything to this question about competing for the man that you want?
I also think that competing keeps you on your toes. Married or not, it always keeps you from not being complacent. And sometimes marriage can get boring, and women can get very comfortable, and we can gain the weight, and we could just start looking like how we could look. So I think competition, even within marriage, is a good thing. It keeps you on your toes.
Agreed. Thank you for sharing that too. But I definitely agree with you on that. Hamp, you got it.
I need your approval. No, I had it.
Why you come in here fighting me?
I'm saying I ain't sick, nigga.
I didn't. What? What are you talking about?
Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel. Stupid chat real quick. Mary was popping. You're in competition if you know it or not. I'm just saying with this house. Luna, were you competing with women for your man?
Should I answer the question right now?
You say yes or no.
Oh, I mean, yeah, aren't we all?
I'm just saying what the fellow says. Why is Gway saying they and them when she has weave in her hair? Andre, three ways that
1,000 coping. What is that? What's COP, bro?
I don't know what that shit is.
Probably like $3 US dollars.
Okay. 3 ways women should compete to stand out from the norm. Women say they compete, but we men don't see you competing to stand out. So what are you doing to stand out from others? Shout out to Cali, Colombia. Shout out. You know, how do you stand out?
It's Colombian money, and he gave us 26 cents.
Thank you for shout out to 26 US cents. Appreciate you, Andre and Andrea. Love Crossing. Thank you nonetheless for your support.
Yeah.
Can I name 3 ways?
I'm playing. He didn't give us 26 cents.
$26. All right, hold on. Let me read these real quick. Barry with the $5 says, some women forget you will not get the same version of man as someone else. Oh, so the hero with the $2 says, compete with yourself. Andre and Andrea say, why is it hard for many women to compete when it shows 50% of you will die lonely by 2023? Why do women know to stand out? Correct.
I think we all said we know we're competing, and we do.
Kenny 3 stacks with the $5 says, just because you're competing doesn't mean you're always going to win. To the victor go the spoils. To the losers go cats and dogs. San Jose May was popping with the $5 says T. Hank with the $5 says, a woman needs to compete like Tanya Harding for my love.
Looking out kneecaps.
Bread and butter with the $5 says, men are expected to compete for a woman via work, grind, and building. These are things women value. Women should compete based on what men value. Carl Smith with the $10. The fact that we're both dating automatically puts us in a competition with others. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. Okay. Interesting.